Hi there, I'm Dustin. This is a Gay Group Relationships channel. In this video, we're going to talk about issues related to sex and group relationships. So if that's something that you're uncomfortable with, this might not be the video for you. Perhaps you're a friend or a family member of someone who's considering a group relationship or in one, and you're just kind of curious. You might want to watch some of the other videos instead. But with the ideas in this video, it's going to kind of relate more to closed group relationships. If you're in an open relationship, then things are a little bit different. So this is focusing on people that are in a closed or mostly closed group relationship. When looking to start a group or when looking for a partner or partners, oftentimes sexual compatibility is an issue, and different people have different preferences, or everyone has different preferences. And so sometimes that can mean that someone that you find quite interesting, you get along with, you find it handsome, good-looking, maybe similar hobbies and interests. But if the sexual compatibility isn't there, sometimes that's just kind of a deal breaker for a monogamous relationship, anyways. But with a group, that doesn't have to be the case. In fact, sometimes it can be a benefit to perhaps be something that directly might not be sexually compatible, but in a group, people that have perhaps the same preference in a group, that can be a benefit. Looking at the idea of just sex in general, with the preferences, some people have really high sex drives and want to do things quite often, other people not so much. And there's different positions. Some people have a wider interest in positions and sexual activities. Other people have a more narrow preference. And so with a group, the spectrum of those things will overlap with other people. The more people you have, perhaps, and things like that, that it just can work out better for everyone. Where in a monogamous relationship, you have to that's an issue where the sexual compatibility has to overlap, I think, a decent amount for it to be a good aspect of a relationship in that way. So with different sexual preferences, I think there's an increasing awareness of the sides in the gay world, guys that don't like anal intercourse. And in a group relationship, I think this is, doesn't have to be an issue at all. Where in a monogamous relationship, someone that enjoys sex might meet a side and be like, okay, this isn't going to work out. But in a group, a side can participate in the things that they feel comfortable with and enjoy, and then they don't have to worry about doing things that they don't like, because there are other people that can fill that position. So I think the idea of a group relationship for sides is really good. And of course, outside of sex and in general, people bring other things to the relationship that make the whole group stronger together. Kind of going even beyond sides, think of people who are asexual, that just kind of don't have a sex drive or aren't interested in it. It's kind of the same thing, that in a monogamous relationship, looking for that might be a deal breaker. But in a group relationship, an asexual person can be involved in the relationship and the group in all the other ways. But when it comes to sex, they can comfortably, everyone acknowledges and respects their preferences. But that means the other people aren't left without, and that they can still be involved and get the things that they are looking for. There also might just be, I'm calling it sabbatical. Sometimes asexual people, there might just be kind of a phase or a cycle that people go through where they aren't interested in sex, but other times they might. So in a group, once again, this is a good situation for them, because when they're feeling in an asexual phase, the other people can continue to participate in those activities, and the asexual person can know that the other people aren't being neglected and having to miss out on that aspect of a relationship. But when they perhaps are in the mood to do something physical and have sex, then the group is there to support that. There might be other reasons that a person needs a sabbatical. Maybe they get a job that takes them away for some months at a time, or taking care of a sick family member. Maybe some kind of a sickness or an STI makes it so that you can't have sex for a while. So with that, like the person that's in that period that's taking the sabbatical, they don't have to worry that the other people in the group aren't being denied that aspect of a relationship, but they can continue. The healthy people or the people that want to have sex safely and appropriately, they can do that, and then the person on sabbatical for whatever reason can take the time that they need, do what they have to do, and then when the sabbatical is over, they can be welcomed back into the group and participate in those things again. And so that's kind of, I think, some different aspects of. I didn't talk about celibacy. Yes, that was the last point. There might be people that really want a relationship for the social aspect of things, having a sense of togetherness, of family, of having a group you belong to. But they, for whatever reason, might have chosen to be celibate, and so this kind of goes with the asexual thing as well, that they can participate in the relationship in all the ways that they choose to. Everything is always voluntary, and consent is important in all aspects of both a relationship and life in general. But they can be celibate and be part of a relationship, and those that choose to have sex within the relationship get to have that, and they can take part in those activities, where the people that have chosen not to do that for any reason don't have to do that. So I think with this, the wide variety and range of different sexual preferences and situations that people might find themselves in life related to sex, I think a group relationship, for those that are predisposed or interested in that, or that find that a fascinating thing, I think a group relationship could be a great way to make sex a very complementary part of a relationship. And so, always take care of yourself. Always make sure that things are consensual, voluntary, and communicated and agreed upon. So thanks for your time. If you have any comments, those are always appreciated, and as are likes and subscribes. So until the next time, have a good one.